So I really enjoyed the first season of Based on a True Story, and I didn't think that they would be able to bring this dark comedy thriller series back and be able to top the first season, but they actually did it. They created a brand new compelling storyline, and in some respects I do actually think that it is actually a little bit superior to the first season for a number of different reasons. For example, I love that there's a brand new mystery around who on earth is the copycat killer, which is totally different and was actually one of the criticisms that people had about the first season, as the revelation of who is the West Side Killer was revealed pretty much in the first couple of episodes. And speaking of which, I absolutely loved what they did with the character of Matt, as you could have very easily sidelined him and just focused on the new killer and just have Ava and Nathan just try and figure it all out. But actually, they did something really, really clever with Matt in terms of really exploring his psyche and having trying to redeem himself, trying to get over the past, try and teach people the way in which a serial killer thinks. And then when the copycat killer is trying to poke at him to pretty much say, I am a lot more superior to you, seeing how this just comes back. And then of course the twist right at the end, which we'll come back to in a minute, as well as dating Tori and still trying to be really close to Ava and Nathan. Honestly, I think the character of Matt is so unique and it's something that they played up so well in season 2. And even though this season pretty much moved away from the podcast format and instead really explored TikTok, what I loved about the final couple of episodes is that it really does bring podcasting back. And this time the copycat killer wants to make this ultimate episode where a lot of people are dying and a lot of people are getting very brutally damaged. And it also had such an unexpected twist where Ava, Nathan and the audience are led to believe that Matt is going to hand himself in, but instead does the ultimate betrayal and stitches and frames Nathan for everything. So it really does show that he cannot and should not have ever been trusted. And this is pretty much what Ava has been telling Tori the whole time, but actually she should have taken her own advice. And of course throughout Matt's life he has been so independent, super selfish and only really cares about himself, and is of course a serial killer, so really shouldn't be trusted. And he clearly is just always using people and only ever focusing on himself. So for example, in season 1 he used Nathan as an alibi and just always wanted to be really close with him, and in season 2 he is just framing him and incriminating him as an insurance plan. And I just thought that flashback where you are seeing all of the moments across season 2 where he is pretty much planting the seeds for Nathan to be framed for an eventual murder. And I think in terms of a learning that people can take from this, just be really careful about the people that you let into your life, as he was always the devil on Nathan's shoulder that is always just encouraging him to do all of these really crazy things over all of the advice that Ava is giving him. So for example, Ava wanted to leave the tennis match, whereas Matt was whispering into Nathan's ear to start a fight with the guy that broke his knee and destroyed his tennis career in the first place. So in broad daylight, everybody is able to see that Nathan is unhinged. I wonder if he still would have gone through with his plan if Nathan hadn't walked out on him when they were trying to bury the body. I feel like a third season has got such interesting potential, as of course the West Side Killer and the copycat killer are now together. So I feel like them two together as an unstoppable pair could be really, really interesting. And maybe there's going to be a new mystery with a third killer. Of course, Tori seemingly has gone off, but I think she is so in love with Matt that he would be able to manipulate her and use her. And unknowingly, I think she is going to be his puppet once again. And he's clearly so obsessed with Ava and Nathan. I'm sure he's once again going to try to force himself into their relationship. And maybe for a couple of episodes, Nathan will be stuck in jail, but I'm sure they'll come up with some creative solution in order to get him out. It's a shame that they killed off Drew, as she was a really interesting, complex character that also was able to bring a new light to Matt. In terms of big moments from season 2, like I said, I thought it was interesting that they moved from the podcast format to TikTok, and Murder Bunny is of course the new avatar character that Ava is playing, and I thought it was really interesting as she was going viral on TikTok, and it was really shocking when she was exposing herself at the end but didn't even realize it. I wonder if they're going to bring back Murder Bunny for the next season, or if they're going to go on a brand new platform altogether. Tori had so much more to do this season. I thought it was really interesting that they went to a retreat first of all, and this is where Tori and Matt kind of fell in love with each other. I would love it to show that Tori was actually the one manipulating Matt the whole time. I think that could really develop and show a brand new side to her character. The mystery in terms of who is the copycat killer I thought was really, really good, and I love that they brought back their sisters for the penultimate episode. And I loved the mystery around Drew, where it's revealed that actually she is not a police officer at all and was impersonating someone, and then you're trying to figure out with Ava who on earth is Drew, and then when it's revealed that actually she's the ex-partner of Matt, I thought it was a brilliant twist. I thought Kaley Cuoco was absolutely brilliant as Ava once again. She is able to show such a range of emotions and is always so funny. I think she balances comedy and drama so well here. And I thought it's interesting how in season 1 she is pretty much pregnant throughout the entire season, and in season 2 she is a brand new mother and is still super obsessed with murders, but they really did focus from a friendship point of view on her and Drew, and her other friends from season 1 only really made 1 or 2 episode appearances. Chris Messina is also so great. You really do care for this guy, especially when he is just blatantly being manipulated by Matt. And he had a massive storyline in terms of confronting the guy that damaged his knee, which ultimately led him to lose his career. And you could always see the manipulation of Matt. So for example, he's clearly struggling with money, and then Matt is manipulating and encouraging him to pretty much spend $20,000 just on a match. And then speaking of Matt, you're seeing that he is trying to redeem himself, trying to go down this noble path, but this is clearly either for show or he is just not able to do it, as he then really did return back to his roots in the final couple of episodes when he is murdering people left, right and center. I'm sure that we'll get a season 3 as the cast and crew just seem to be absolutely loving making this show. I'm really confident that we'll get a season 3 as firstly the cast and crew just seem to be having an absolute blast making this show, and I feel like it's pretty unique. And one of the creators of the show has said that they envision it as a long running series instead of a mini series. So I'm sure behind the scenes they are planning season 3, but as far as season 2 is concerned, I thought it was really solid, and so I'm going to give it a solid 7 out of 10. Now I'd love to hear from you. What did you think of Based on a True Story season 2? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.